Today's video, I want to give you signs that the guy you're talking to wants you. Now, this is a question I've been receiving quite a bit. Women are asking, how do I know that this guy wants something serious? He's saying the right things, he seems to be doing the right thing, but I don't want to waste my time. How do I know that he truly wants me? And that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. Signs that he wants you. Before I get into it, please subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I post my videos. What is going on, guys? Josh Love Talk here. Hope you're doing well. The first sign you want to look out for is that he is choosing you. When I say choosing you, I'm saying that you don't have to wonder where you stand. He is making himself available, whether that's emotionally, materially, financially. He's giving you his time, he's giving you attention, and most importantly, he's doing this consistently. So over a period of time, his effort is consistent. The way to know if a guy is choosing you is to give him space. See what he does when you do not reach out. See the type of conversations he's having. Just hold back a little bit and see what he does. If he is still consistent, if you're not wondering, oh, does he like me? Does he not? If you're not wondering where you stand, that means he is choosing you because he is doing the right things and giving you the right things to make you feel secured in that situation. The second sign he wants you is that he stays consistent after you've set your boundaries. One way to know if somebody really wants you is to see how they behave after you've set your boundaries. Whatever your boundaries are, of course, everyone has different boundaries, but whatever your boundaries are, if his efforts, his attention still remains the same and consistent after you've set your boundaries, that is a good sign that he's interested in you. A lot of times, after we set boundaries, people that are not that interested, people that are not that don't really want us or not sure what they want, they just fade away. They're not calling as much as they used to. They're not texting back. This is when you text and then you have to wait for days before you get a reply. They're not doing the things that they used to do. That's because they're not that interested. A guy that wants you will remain consistent. And this one I want to say to you, when you're dating, make your boundaries known as early as possible. As soon as you can, let them know your boundaries. Set those boundaries as early as possible. This way, you can weed out the ones that are not serious. Okay? That's the quick way to know if a guy really wants you. Just let him know your boundaries. If he's not that interested, he's just gonna think, you know what, I'm not gonna put in the effort. Forget it. I'm gonna move on to something else. But if you don't set boundaries, you're just going with the flow, just seeing how things go because you don't want to mess up the situation, you risk wasting your own time because by the time you set those boundaries, you might be already invested, you've caught feelings already, and that makes it more challenging to get out of. But set your boundaries as early as possible. If they're going to leave, let them leave. At least you're not wasting your time. And you know for sure that this person doesn't want the same thing as you. The third sign is that he is progressing the dating situation. When a guy wants you, you're not going to be stuck in the talking stage for like 5 months. I've always said 3 months is enough for any guy to know what they want to do with you. After 3 months, you're still in talking stage, you're not sure. I don't think that's a guy that's serious about you. When a guy wants you, he is progressing the dating situation. You don't have to ask, you don't even have to ask the question like, what are we or what are we doing? Because he is moving things along. He knows that you are the woman for him. He's not going to waste the opportunity. He's not going to lose you. He's going to move things along. So a guy that wants you will progress the dating situation. The fourth sign that he wants you is that he invests in friendship. Okay, he wants to be friends with you. Of course, there might be other things like the physical, but he is more interested in being friends with you. And the way you will know this is how much he cares about the things you care about, how much he's willing to give and sacrifice without asking for anything. Okay, so this is something to pay attention to. When a guy is doing everything but is asking for something in return, whether it's something physical, whether it's financial, that is something to be careful of. When a guy wants you, he's building friendship but he's not asking you for anything. He's building friendship because he's genuinely interested in you. He wants to get to know you. So your conversations are more about getting to know who you are. He's asking all these different type of questions that helps him connect with you emotionally, spiritually. This is a good sign that he is genuinely interested in you. When a guy is not interested, we're not going to waste our time talking about friendship stuff because we want to get down to the things that we really want, whether that's physical, whether that's money, whatever it is. We want to get down to that. But when a guy is invested in his friendship, but when a guy is invested in being friends with you, he pays attention to the things you care about. He listens attentively and able to have diverse conversations, whether that's jokes, whether that's something serious, deeper conversation, spiritual conversation. Like he's happy to have those conversations with you, then you know you're onto something good. So pay attention to how much he's building friendship with you. And like I said, friendship without asking for anything in return, just connecting with you emotionally, spiritually before anything else. And the last sign is that he makes little commitments. Pay attention to the little commitments he makes. When he says something, does he carry it out? If he's always flaking, if it's inconsistent, that is a bad sign. A guy that wants to make an impression. He wants to show you that he is reliable. He's trying to show you that he can be the man in that relationship. You would also see commitments like introducing you to his people. When he's taking you to those barbecues, those house parties, where his close friends are, where those aunties, those aunties that are always asking about relationships, is introducing you to them, to his parents. These are signs of commitment that he's interested and he sees a future with you, because otherwise he would not introduce you to those people. Most times, I know some people don't really care about things like this, but I feel like for most guys, they don't bring women they don't care about into that circle. So when you're being introduced to those people, that is a good sign. In some cases, I kind of don't want to say this, but I'll say anyways, whether he posts you on social media. Now, don't run away with this, please. Don't run away with this. If he posts you on social media, that's a good sign, but it shouldn't be a deal breaker, okay? It shouldn't be a deal breaker. Those are the 5 signs I think you should look out for when you're dating, and it's a sign that this guy is interested in you. Now, let me just say something. Sometimes you see the signs and you feel like, oh my God, I found the one. I found the one. This is what Joshua was talking about. I found the right guy. And then you just start giving and you lose your position. No, these are just signs. There are no guarantees. Okay. Although I feel like if you are seeing the signs over a period of time, you're more likely to get in a relationship with this person. But there is no guarantee. Please understand that until you are in a relationship, you are still single. Signs or no signs. Until you're in a relationship, you are still single. So give based on where you are. If you're not in a relationship, don't be giving relationship benefits because you're seeing the signs. No. Don't do too much too soon. Until you're in a relationship, you are still single. Yes, the signs are good, but just hold back. Hold back, let things progress. Once he makes the commitment, then give based on that commitment. If you're just seeing signs, give based on signs. Don't be too committed too soon, because you might end up wasting your time or end up in a situation you shouldn't be in. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for listening. As always, please subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I post my videos. Don't forget to like and comment as well. Thanks for listening. Catch you on the next one.